Hi everybody, today we have a litter update for you. We are going to be updating our box of chocolate litter, which is medium Australian Labradoodle puppies. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Doodles, and today we're going to tell you all about the 9 medium Labradoodle puppies from our litter. We're going to give you some information about the milestones that they've reached. We'll give you a little bit of info about Mama Kalua, and we'll just talk a little bit about the puppy's health overall. So we're going to start off by doing the puppies in birth order like we always do. So the big news for these puppies this week is that these puppies all can hear now. It's so much fun when the puppies first start to be able to hear because they also find their voices. You'll be able to hear those voices in the background. So this is also the first time the puppies have all been in a crate and away from mama. So it's quite an adventuresome experience today. So you may see a little bit of wide eyes on these Labradoodle puppies, and you'll see that, oh, now you get all that beautiful eye contact and kissing because they hear my voice and they also recognize my voice. Up until now, it's all been based on scent, but now they can also hear me and they go, oh, I know that voice. It's Mommy, my human mommy. So in birth order, this is Yellow Collar Girl. She is one of the 2 girls in this litter, and she is the firstborn. And we have an interesting thing in this litter of Labradoodle puppies. Our firstborn is often the largest puppy. In this litter, it's our smallest puppy. And our lastborn is often the smallest puppy, and in this litter, it's our largest puppy. So Miss Yellow Collar Girl is weighing in at 1.06 kilograms. She's doing really well, and you can see she's a very affectionate little sweetheart. This little girl is a chocolate Labradoodle. Yeah, I know, we can see you're a chocolate. She's a chocolate phantom Labradoodle. That's her pattern that she has. And she has all sorts of really pretty highlights here on the top of her head too. So that's our Miss Yellow Collar Girl. Next we're going to see Orange Collar Girl. Orange Collar Girl sometimes is the conversationalist in this litter. Now if you look at the back of Orange Collar Girl here, you'll see that her fur is a little bit different from Yellow's. She has more waves in her coat already. So what does that mean? Well, that means that her coat is going to have more curl in it than Yellow Collar's. Hi, are you going to talk? Are you going to tell everybody a story? Last night, just before bed, when I had Orange, she was, oh, I do not want to be held. I do not want to be having any attention right now other than doing things on my own terms. So you can see just now she was telling me the same thing. So we don't want to stress her. We don't want to make her unhappy. We don't want to force her into a situation where she feels that people are not her friend. So we pretty much let her do what makes her comfortable at this young age. And so right now she's interested in exploring, and of course we'll make sure she doesn't explore too far. So Orange Collar Girl is also a chocolate phantom, just like Yellow Collar, but this little girl is a bit different. As you can see, she has some white on her chest, and she also has this cute little white tip at the end of her tail. Hey, are you going to be nice and let the people see you? Oh, I know, it's just such a hard life for a little Labradoodle puppy. The Orange Collar Girl is weighing in at 1.16 kilograms. So she is the second smallest puppy in the litter, but oh, she probably has the biggest voice. Okay, baby, okay. So just let her work that out for a second, just so she doesn't have an association that's unpleasant, and then we'll let Reynolds switch her out again. And the next one we're going to look at is Light Blue Collar Boy. Hi, buddy. There you go, Miss Orange. Light Blue Collar Boy is a little bit bigger than the 2 girls. He's weighing in at 1.48 kilograms. And you'll see he too has a little bit of wave here in his coat, but not quite as much as Orange Collar Girl does. And you can also see in his coat, if you'll stay still for a sec, it's already starting to lift here. So he's going to have a beautiful full fluffy coat. They'll all have fluffy coats, but his is really going to start to show up soon. Hello, beautiful, handsome boy. Now, Light Blue Collar Boy is also a chocolate phantom. It is our most common pattern in this litter. Can you do a big yawn like you did? Was that a big yawn? What a good boy you are. What a good boy you are. And you can see he's licking his lips a bit there. And that's not because he wants to kiss me or he just ate something good. That's because he's a little bit nervous. Oh, so now he's going to try and bite my nose off. Oh, that's will take my nose right off. The puppies are not on solid food yet. Because these puppies all had upset tummies a little while ago, we wanted to give them as much time as possible with mom, keep their diet as simple as possible before we started moving them over onto solid food. So we do plan to move them over onto the solid food probably starting tomorrow. Yes, that's light blue color boy. Next up is brown color boy. And now we have a different color. Hello, brown. Brown is this gorgeous color of caramel, just the most beautiful light golden caramel. He reminds me of the sand at the beach, and then he has all these beautiful white abstract markings. Hello. Hi. Brown has a lot of eye contact. He's going to give us a little growl because he says, I don't want to be a movie star. Brown color boy is weighing at 1.44 kilograms. So a really nice weight as well. And he's doing his little, there we go. When we had him at the vet, our vet Lisa said, oh, he sounds just like a dove. So ever since then I call him Dove. So that's brown. Next we have black color boy. And again, a different pattern and color. Black color is what we call an extreme party. Now, if you'll see while he's down here, he's got this one little bit of foof here that looks like he's having a bad hair day. Hi, sweetheart. But this is his coat starting to lift. Just in this one little bit here, so it looks pretty funny. A bit like a cow lick. Now, brown collar is a party, but because he is more white than he is his party color, he's what we call an extreme party. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to lift you up without your bum. Here, let's get comfortable. And you can see how healthy these puppies are, despite the fact that they had those upset tummies. They all have nice, big, juicy tummies. And you can tell from their weights, they're all just doing great. There was no ill effect on them, no impact other than they did have diarrhea for a while. Now, this little guy, being a caramel extreme party, when we first had him, if you look back at the birth video, you'll see that his coat here in his color markings, you could hardly see it. And I mentioned then that this caramel will continue to darken. And look at how beautiful this ear is with the dark and then the white and then the dark underneath it. Dark on the mouth here, over on the other side of the head. And then we do have a new spot. He just doesn't want me to show it because I have to put my hand under his tail. But at the base of the tail, okay, we won't show everybody your bum. Are you shy about showing your bum? Are you? I'm not even going to look at you when you think of doing that. How embarrassing. Then he has this pretty caramel on the side of his face there. And there's a couple of other spots that I'm watching that I think might develop more color to them as well. Extremes are really pretty. When they're adults, they're just stunning when you see the difference between that beautiful gleaming white and then the little bits of the caramel. So Mr. Black Collar is 1.34 kilograms. Next after him, we have Green Collar Boy. And with Green Collar, we go back to the chocolate phantom theme. Hi, sweetheart. Now on this guy, you're going to see more highlights in his coat. His phantom markings are what we call weak. They are not as predominant as in some of the other puppies. So where are you going? Oh my goodness, there's so much squiggling. He really is more chocolate than he is phantom, but he definitely is phantom. You can see them on his chest there, on his leg, but on his face you don't see it marked as much, and the difference in color is not as obvious. Joe's a little bit of a squirmer. So what we're going to do with Mr. Green is see if we can get him to settle down by upside down. No, doesn't want to do that. Okay, that's fine. Mr. Green Collar is 1.21 kilograms. So he's done really nicely with his weight gain. He was one of the first puppies that lost a bit of weight when they were having their upset tummies, but he made that back without any problem at all. This puppy is a real sweet puppy. He's not pushy at all. He lets his brothers and sisters have their turn at the milk bar before he goes in to have his. There. Now you'll see he settled down because rather than having his tummy rubbed and going upside down, what he wanted was to be held more closely. And that's sort of like when you swaddle a human baby. It's just that feeling of tightness around the body and the comfort and the security that sometimes the puppies are looking for too. And it just gives them that added feeling of, oh, it's okay. She's got me. I'm not going to get hurt. So that's our green color boy. Next, we go back to caramel again with dark blue color boy. He is very similar to his brother brown in that the beautiful golden shade of caramel is pretty much identical. And now you'll see in this puppy how the coat really hasn't got any of those squiggles in it. So this puppy is probably going to have a bit of a straighter coat. And you can see too he doesn't have any lift going on in his coat other than a little tiny bit around his neck here. He's got this cute little white tip at his tail, and if he's going to be okay with showing himself in front of the light, you can see as well he's got lots of really pretty white markings on his face and on his paws. Really sets off his coloring nicely. This puppy is one of the more outgoing puppies, and you can see he's sort of thinking, I wonder what's going on here. Why is that bright thing shining in my face? And why is the lady holding me up? Dark blue is 1.20 kilograms. So he's on the lower end of things. He's the second smallest puppy in the litter, but still plump, juicy, and just the right weight for his size. That's a good boy. And next we have purple color. Hello, Purpy. Hi. Hello, Purpy. Hello. And now on purple, we can see that lift again right here by the ID band. All sorts of little bits coming out. Nothing on the back yet. Yeah. And purple is also a chocolate phantom. And if you look really closely at the end of her tail, she has about 3 strands of white there. Not very much. You have to be really close to see them on his body there. Hey. Come on, baby. There we go. There. And he has some really pretty white there on his chest, don't you? Yeah, and you can see there how straight his coat is. And you can see on this puppy, this is a really good example of a really nice high ear set, which is one of the things that we're always looking for in the Labradoodle breed. So his ears are quite highly placed on his head. And his phantom markings are sort of a cognac color, mahogany tone, as opposed to more of the, the tan markings that you see on some. And you see he went like that, and that was because I puffed on his face. And that's always a little bit, oh, what was that? It's a bit startling for the puppies. We haven't started doing that with them yet to get them used to it. And purple color boy is our tiniest puppy in the litter. He is 1.19 kilograms. So he's our little tiny mutt. Yes, you are, a little tiny mite. Such a handsome boy too. And last but not least, hi, we have our other different boy. Hello, sweetheart. And this is the puppy that has no collar, but we call Party. But this puppy is actually a Tri. So what's a Tri? A Tri is a dog who is a phantom and a party. That is what a Tri actually is. And when you have a phantom, such as this big boy here, you will not see all of the traditional phantom markings, and that's because the party hides them. They're invisible on their legs, but you can see them very strongly on his chits, which are his eyebrows here, on the side of his face, inside his ear, and in his vent area as well, which we won't make him show us. And for me, this little guy has the most adorable feature because he has a beauty spot. I just love it when the dogs have those little spots. They don't stay as obvious once they're older, unfortunately, but they're so cute when they're puppies. This little guy is the biggest puppy in the litter at 1.33 kilograms. He's just a little bruiser, but he's a gentle giant. He's a very sweet, very soft, very kind puppy. Yes, you are, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh, and the kisses, thank you. You can see, too, he has a good level of confidence. If they're here and they're kissing me or biting my nose, then I'm really happy with that. That tells me that they're quite confident with the new situation. It doesn't mean that the others are shy or anything. It just means we have to spend more time getting them used to different things. And on this puppy, you can see too, there's this one little bit of lift in the coat. When the coat first starts lifting, it's always hilarious that it sticks up like that. So as I mentioned, we're going to start feeding the puppies some solid food either later today or tomorrow. And we don't start them on the raw right away. So why don't we do that? Well, mostly because they don't have enough teeth. We want them to have lots of teeth so they're not trying to gobble it down. We don't want them to gulp it. And this is very similar to when you're feeding your puppy's bones or your adult dog bones. You don't want the dog to ever be gulping the bone. So first of all, you want to feed it pretty much right out of the freezer. And when you have a puppy, that has the added benefit of giving them some teething relief. But when you have the bone, and we'll pretend this pen is a bone, what you want to do is you give it to your puppy just in the side of their mouth and you hold on to the end of it. That way they're not going to try and gulp it down or swallow the whole thing, which would not be a good situation. You want to teach them to chew on it. Now we do that here with the puppies to make sure that everything goes well when they eat bones here, because we start giving them bones when they're 6 weeks old. But when they go home to you, that's so exciting and it's so fun to be in a new house. They don't always remember everything they learned here, do you? So it's really important that you stick with that. You observe your puppy when they're eating a raw bone and make sure to hold on to it and that they're chewing it. Raw bones are really important in a puppy's diet. They need that calcium and phosphorus and other minerals that you find in bones in order to have their diet strong enough in calcium. Raw diets are excellent, but they don't have enough in them in and of themselves without those extra bones being added in. Goat's milk, goat cheese, kefir, all of those things help add calcium to the diet. Raw quail eggs as well, where they eat the whole shell. But best of all is the bones, because it is the one that is properly balanced and it gives you great teething relief, and the dogs all love them. So chicken necks, chicken wings, chicken wing tips, those are what we start the babies on. We also have one product that we can't get regularly, which is so frustrating because it's excellent. It's a little square cube of turkey neck. So it's the turkey neck all ground up and then just made in a small cube. It is such a great way to introduce bones when they're really young. But as I said, the supplier is a little bit hit and miss. So we have to make them learn how to eat their bones properly and not gulp them and swallow them whole and keep them safe. Now you might wonder, well, don't dogs know how to eat bones naturally? Why would we have to teach them? True enough, they do. Were we not feeding them, bones would be definitely part of their diet. But if we're not in charge of our dogs, their mortality rate is quite high. And one of the things that they do sometimes perish from is incorrect eating habits, such as swallowing a bone whole and choking. So that's why we're here. We make sure we give them the right food and the right nutrition, but we also make sure they eat it the right way and we help them out so that we keep them happy and healthy. So that's our video for today. Next time you see pictures of these little kidlets, they will probably be covered in food as they learn how to lap out of a dish, because that's another thing that puppies do not know initially and we have to teach them how to do. Right? Yeah, we're going to teach you how to eat properly. We hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have a minute, please give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them below. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. I love talking about Labradoodles. Thanks so much for watching. I love you.